it has the attachment for the AD200, which goes right on the front of that. Look at that. Welcome to beautiful Sedona. We are at the Enchantment Resort, and it has some of the best locations for photography and vacationing. And they let me shoot here, and I'm going to give you a wonderful video about the AD200 and all the modifiers that you can use with the AD200, because a lot of people don't know what you can attach to this little thing. Now, everybody thinks S-bracket. I hate S-brackets. Forget S-brackets. I am going to show you all kinds of different connectors that attach right to the front of the AD200 using this thing right here. This is what I'm looking for, and that's what I'm going to show you, is all these things that can attach right to the AD200. The categories I'm going to break these down into is how soft can it make the shadows, how bright is the light once it's in the modifier, what's the price, obviously, what's the weight, what's the ease of use, what's the size once it breaks down for traveling, will the wind knock it over, and the fun factor. Is it fun to use? And that's the most important one for me, and that's why it's fun to make these videos. When Godox first started, they based their designs, they pretty much copied what the big guy was at the time in the flash world, and that was Quantum. I mean, there was Norman, Ellen Chrome, and stuff like that, but they copied Quantum. And this right here is actually a Quantum mount. I have another one here. The difference between the two, they changed it just a little tiny bit. Quantum just has a straight line. Godox put a little notch in here, a sideways notch, which makes it actually better for holding in place. And it's totally interchangeable. You can take Quantum parts and put it on a Godox thing, and you can take Godox things and put them on Quantum stuff. So they're totally interchangeable. So it helps to look for Quantum things, but I'm going to show you what you can attach. And this is also a Lumidyne mount. So this is a Lumidyne Quantum Godox Quantum D, whatever it is, mount. This is what and this attaches right to the front of this. This, by the way, is a bulb protector. Whenever I travel, I stick that on there, I put this in my luggage, and the bulb is protected. Now, the key that makes this possible, of everything that can attach, are these two things right here. You can get this at Adorama. This is a glow strobe adapter ring for Parapop and Hexapop. This is what you want to make your life amazing. Look at that. And this thing here. Here's a standard speed ring. This thing attaches right inside the speed ring. So now you can take anything that fits in a standard speed ring and put it right onto an AD200. This is a Photodiox Easy Pro speed ring SR insert for Quantum Q Flash. This is $25 and this thing is $20. I'll put the links down below for that. What this is made for, this is a separate thing you buy. Adorama has a company called Glow, and I love Glow. I love Glow stuff. And they come with this thing. This is a Glow speed ring adapter, and there's certain modifiers that they have that this goes into. It's this one's here. This is a quadrupop, because there's only 4 things. This is a hexapop. This has 6, and then they have an octopop. These things come with this. This is what they attach to. It can disconnect, so it's really flat. It's really portable for traveling. And then when you get to your location, you just attach it to the thing, and you can pop it open and pop it closed really quick. It has a bunch of these things that you would put your rods into, and then you put them into place. And depending on how many rods your modifier has is how many you use. But anyway, it comes with this thing in the back. This is what it comes with, and this is what a speed light attaches to. So you assemble it like this, and it's made to put your speed light onto like that. Of course, I don't use speed lights, but that's what it comes with. And then it also comes with a plastic Bowens mount thing. There's 3 screws on here that you unscrew. You take this speed light thing off, you put the Bowens mount thing on here. I like this because this is plastic. It doesn't weigh anything, which is great. So all the glow things are really lightweight, which I like. So you can put a Bowens mount on there, or you attach this thing. So that's what I've done here with this hexapop. And this is a Glow 24 hexapop. This is made to go onto a AD360 or an AD200. And these pops are great, because the reason they're called pops is because you just push these buttons and it just pops shut. Now, I used to think that this stays attached, but you can actually undo this so the ring is separate than this. So anyway, so that's what this is for. So let me go through the smallest to the biggest modifiers, what they cost, what the light's like, and all that. So let's get to it right here. Oh, by the way, these pops, when you get in a location, you just go like this. You just pull the ribs into position, and you're ready to go. How easy is that? I love it. And then when you're done, you just pop it. All right, so let's start with the AD200 itself. They have the Pro model, which everybody talks about. Ooh, Pro. And then they have the original one. All my AD200s are the original. I got 4 of them. They're all the original ones. The only difference between this and the Pro is that the readout on the back's a little bit brighter, not much. The mount on the bottom doesn't slip, which is great. And that's about it. It's the same power. It's the same everything. And yeah, I mean, all the other things people talk about, the color stabilization, no, you would never notice the difference. And I don't know if you noticed or not, but the new AD200 price has been lowered to the same as the original AD200, which is $299. Now, why do you think they lowered the price of the Pro? Because nobody's buying it. Everybody's buying the original one. This is what I use. Anyway, so that's the AD200. Now, most people use an S bracket. They stick it in here, and then this is a Bowens mount, so now you put Bowens mount stuff on here. I hate the S bracket because it's big, it's clunky. The whole purpose of an AD200 is to have it small and lightweight and portable. And you know, I put 3 of them together in the space of one 400 or 600. These things are great. And this is bulky, and it's clunky, and it's heavy. The S2 bracket, the new one, is a half a pound heavier than the original one. And they both cost $15. I don't use these. Let's not even talk about those. Those are off limits for us. Okay, so let's start with the littlest thing that we have, and that is the snoot. This is something that puts a little tiny beam of light on maybe a face or something. It's only $29, and that's the AD-S9. All right, then we move up to my favorite one that I use more than anything, 4.7-inch AD-S2 reflector, and it has 2 layers of diffusion. I use both. This thing only costs $8. Now, how cheap is that for? And this, if you the most amount of light that you could ever get out of an AD200 is with this thing. This thing is monstrously brighter than anything else you can use with an AD200. So this is without the flash, and this is with. And look how small this is, and it's pretty durable. And it just goes on here, and you're ready to go. This thing is great. I've taken so many pictures with this thing. It takes amazing pictures, and sometimes all I use is one AD200 with this. Sometimes I use 2. Sometimes I use 3. I use the hair light, but this is the most commonly used thing that I use. It's only $8. It's the AD-S2. Now, some people ask me about this thing. This is like Quantum Silver QF 63B. It's a silver reflector dish. I hate this. Not only is it expensive, it's like $95, but look at this. It puts a ring around the object you want to take a picture of, and it's actually dark inside the ring. The light pattern sucks. You'd think this would be like this, but it's not. All right, next up is the 12-inch AD-S3 beauty dish. This thing I like. It's kind of like, because it's really heavy duty. It's really light. This thing is actually very lightweight. It looks heavy, but it's not. And this screws right onto the AD200. It doesn't screw, it just goes right on there. You're ready to go. So this is without the beauty dish, and this is with. It puts out a lot of light. This thing is really bright. It puts out more light than a softbox. And this also comes with a honeycomb grid. It's like a snoot. It's like barn doors. It actually it focuses the light in a beam. So you have a beam of light only hitting like the upper body or something, and doesn't make the light go everywhere. I kind of like it. I like how it focuses the light on a certain area. I like it. Then we move on to this thing. I've got 5 of these things. This is like the cutest little tiny softbox ever in the history of mankind. It's a 17-inch AD-S7. And this is how small it is. And all you got to do is push it in, lock it into the thing, turn it, and you're ready to go. And that goes right onto your AD200. I mean, how easy is that? I mean, I've held this before. This is good for if you're within 6 feet of your subject. It has a white diffuser. It goes over the front. These are $25. They're kind of cheap. The cool thing about the AD200 modifiers is they're all pretty darn cheap, which I really like. All right, moving on to, from this one is the Quantum version. This is what this one was based on. It's the same thing. This one here is 17 inches, and the Quantum one is 23 inches. Look at this, exact same thing. You can tell they base their designs on it. Even has the same thread, the same mechanism and everything inside. So this is the Quantum QF35. And because it's 6 inches bigger than the Godox version, the light that it produces is a little bit more flattering. It looks really nice. The lighting looks really good. And this one also has the mount that goes onto the AD200. So that's that one. That one, you can still, there's still some out there you can get. They're $84. This is the only modifier company I've ever seen that actually says what the size is, what it actually is. This is labeled as the 23 and it's actually 23. All the other ones are not the size that they say they are. All right, moving on to the next one is the 24-inch Galore Hexapop. That's this one. The white diffusion is permanently attached to it. It's a single diffusion and it works quite well. I really like the look of this thing. It's really lightweight and I like it because it's really easy to use. Again, you like popping. I just love any reason to pop these things. It's like that. And then you know, put it together like this. There's a Galore Hexapop and I really like them. I bought another one. I got 2 of those. It's so practical. It's so small. It's so lightweight. I love it. I like the light that it puts out. So I got 2 of those. All right, moving on to the next one. This is a Godox 2 foot by 2 foot. This is a square. The reason I haven't assembled it yet is I want to show you how small this is. Look at this. Look how flat that is. And it weighs nothing. This is it. Look at how easy that is. And it's only got 4 rods, which I like. You don't have to assemble 6 or 8 of them. This is so easy to travel. You can just put this in your suitcase. Takes up less space than a pair of pants. This is only $18. Now we're in the world of affordable, cheap softboxes. I love it. $18 for a softbox. They also have a 2 foot by 3 foot, which is $25. I mean, they have all different sizes that go up. Now, speaking of 2 feet by 3 feet, the Quadrupop, similar in size. This is also a pop unit where you can pop it down to nothing. Look how skinny that is. Look at how little space. Now this comes off. You can actually take this thing off. When you travel, this takes up no space at all. And then you just go like this. You go 4. All you do is 4 of them. And it weighs nothing. This thing is so lightweight. It's like, it weighs very little, very shiny, shiny silver inside there. And you've got an inner diffuser if you want it and an outer diffuser. So this is a Glow Quadrupop. Quadra because it's 4 corners. That one is $110. So that's pretty affordable. All right, moving on to the next one, which is a similar size is this one here. This is a Godox 80 centimeter umbrella softbox. This is how small it is. It's like an umbrella. And this thing works by putting you mount your AD200 inside, facing the inside of this thing, and then it bounces the light back out. It doesn't waste any light at all. There's nowhere for the light to leak out other than the direction you want it to. And then, of course, there's a white diffusion that goes over the front of this. This is an 80 centimeter umbrella softbox by Godox. This is only $39. The next step up is the 120 centimeter. Same thing, really big. You want a really big light source. This thing is great. 120 centimeters. Again, it breaks down to something really, really small, which is great. The softest light you could possibly ever get with a softbox is this thing here, because it's so big. I mean, that's a huge softbox. It weighs nothing. It costs very little. $48. That is really cool. Then we move on to this thing here. This is one that I've showed you before in another video. This has been around forever. They come in different sizes, 17 inch, 24 inch, and 31 inches is what this one is. It's not really 31 inches. It's 27 by 27, but anyway, this is what it is. It's
one of those that say 27 and it's 31.
It's actually 30. It says 31, but it's 27. They're always smaller than they say they are. But anyway, so here's what it is. This one is kind of cool because this is the whole softbox here. If you like square shaped stuff instead of long, thin things, this is the way to go. And it just pops open like that. And this is really cool because it's ready to go. It comes with this Bowens thing that you stick in here, but I don't use Bowens. Remember I showed you this thing here, photodiox adapter? You just stick it in here, just like that. Bam, you're ready to go. So now you can just take your AD200, stick it in there, and you're done. Look at that. It bends down a bit, but so does the Bowens mount one. So this is a 27-inch by 27-inch softbox screwed into this little tiny adapter here. They come in different sizes, and they're not very expensive. 40 bucks for something that size. Then we move on to the 38-inch Glow Parapop Octa. This is $170. Now I've got the speed light hooked up to it right now, which we don't need. We can use this thing. Can go on the back of that. So, and this is really lightweight. Even though it's big, it's kind of lightweight. And this one also pops down to nothing. This is 38 inches. It has inner and outer diffuser, $170. That's the Glow Parapop. Now we're getting on to my favorite one. This is a Glow Grand Box Pro, 32 inches by 32 inches, inner and outer diffuser. The reason I like this one is A, the size is really good. And look at this. It has 4 things that you pop, and you can take these right off, and this is what you travel with. Look at that. Comes with the Bowens one, so you can put a Bowens on there, but I took, like I said, I took the photodiox adapter, and I just put that right in here on the, I just took out the Bowens one, and I put in the photodiox one on here. I had to cut a few notches in here. You get this is aluminum. So I actually cut the notches in with scissors. And this aluminum doesn't weigh much. And then when you get on location, you just stick it in there like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're ready to go. Look at how easy was that for assembling a speed ring to a softbox. Tight, ready to go. I love this, and it's really lightweight. This thing is super lightweight, and it has the attachment for the AD200, which goes right on the front of that. Look at that, ready to go. Awesome. No S-bracket. That thing costs $218. I know it's a lot, but it's lightweight, easy to use. I got 3 of those. They're awesome. I love these. I'm not giving them away. I love those. It's a Glow Grand Box 32. Now, the cheapest and easiest to use of all the modifiers are the umbrellas. That is the easiest thing of all. It's like here, for example. Let's start with the this one here. This is a textured one by Impact. Textured is really good because it actually softens the light and diffuses it a little bit more. People think you get hard light from umbrellas. You really don't. Your hot spots on the face are a little more prominent, but the shadows are actually just as soft. This is what people don't understand. You can get just as soft shadows from a silver umbrella as you can with something that has white diffusion over the front of it. Really soft shadows. And it's actually in my testing of shadows and softness, the umbrellas came in on top. And for cheapness and ease of use, this is really heavy duty. It's by Impact. It's a beaded textured umbrella. This is only $20. Just 20 bucks for this thing, and it's huge, big giant softbox. Then there's this one here that I like. This is a 43-inch silver deep umbrella by Westcott. This one is deep. In other words, it's a little deeper that way. It uses fiberglass rods, so it doesn't weigh much. This thing puts out a really nice soft light. Look at the light this thing puts out. Really soft, really nice lighting. I love it. This is really, really nice. Now, anything Westcott makes is expensive. This is $130. People have different reasons for liking their brands. Now, obviously, you've got your silver ones. And then here, check this out. These are silver. These things are so small. This is so cute. This is a Westcott compact umbrella. Look at that. It says 43. This is nowhere near 43. This is like 36. I don't know why they call it a 43. But anyway, so you put this facing in like that, and this is your light source. And then when you're done, look at this. Look how small this is. Here is your lighting kit. That is amazing for an AD200. These are 20 bucks. 20 bucks for these things. You got 2 of these, 40 bucks. Amazing. And then, of course, you've got your white translucent. It weighs nothing. It's really lightweight. It's actually good for if you're walking in the sun. It helps diffuse the light. Look how diffused my face is right now. See how it helps diffuse the light on my face? That's really cool. So if you just want a real quick vlog and you want to have a soft lighting, with your vlogging, just use one of these. Just hold it up with the other arm. It doesn't weigh anything. Anyway, and they're really cheap, like 15 bucks or whatever. The only thing I don't like about these is you shoot light through them, well, half the light bounces back. So you're only getting half the amount of light if you use these things, but they're still good. These produce the softest amount of light. This is by Impact. This is a 43-inch translucent white umbrella. It's $14. So check this out. $8, $14, $20. I mean, these are really cheap modifiers. I mean, the bigger ones cost a little bit more, but even this thing here is 40 bucks.
Hot diggity.
Not bad. This is 40 bucks. Or 30 bucks. I mean, it's not that expensive. All right, let's talk about softness here. Now, what I'm talking about is how soft it makes the shadows. Look at the shadow that the square piece of paper and that the head is casting. Here we are going from the softest to the hardest. Starting with the 43-inch translucent white umbrella. That's the softest of all. It looks all washed out. Then a 120 centimeter silver umbrella softbox. And then, surprise, we get into a silver umbrella. 43-inch silver Westcott Apollo Deep. Yes, a silver umbrella can produce nice soft shadows. Look at this. This is a silver umbrella. Next one up, 42-inch silver pebbles textured. This is a $20 silver umbrella. Next up, we have the Grand Box Pro 32 by 32. That lightweight one I like so much, the square one. Next up, we have the 38-inch original Parapop Glow. This one is nice and soft, but I noticed the color that it puts out is kind of bluish. Anyway, next one up, the 2 by 3 foot Godox, which only costs $25. Next one up is the 2 foot by 3 foot Glow Quadra-Pop. That looks really good. Next up is the Pop Open 27 by 27 S-type softbox by Godox. Next up is the 80 centimeter silver umbrella softbox, and then the 2 by 2 foot Godox, then the Quantum QF35 23-inch Octa, then the 24-inch Hexapop. Now we're getting down to the little stuff, the little tiny 17-inch AD-S7, which is actually pretty good within 6 feet. Here it is at 3 feet, it's good, and then at 6 feet, it's still pretty soft. It's only when it starts going from 6 feet to 10 feet, that's when you start to see the difference. So this is a little tiny AD-S7. Then we go to the 12-inch AD-S3 Beauty Dish. This is the hard aluminum Beauty Dish. Next one down is the Beauty Dish again, but with a honeycomb grid. Second last one is the 4.7-inch Reflector. This is by far the brightest of the bunch, even with 2 layers of diffusion. I use it because of the brightness and the ease of use. And then finally, the little tiny snoot. This is pretty much hard light right there. Now let's go by brightness. The brightest one of all is, again, the 4.7-inch Reflector. Believe it or not, the big giant 120 centimeter silver umbrella softbox with no diffusion. This is just raw silver softbox. Then the next one up is the 12-inch AD-S3 Beauty Dish. Next one below that is the 43-inch silver deep Westcott umbrella. So now we're getting a silver umbrella. Again, there's no diffusion on any of these. The ProMaster 43-inch silver umbrella, then the 42-inch silver pebbled umbrella, then the 80 centimeter umbrella softbox with no diffusion, then the 12-inch Beauty Dish with a honeycomb grid. And now the first one with diffusion that is bright is the QF35 original 23-inch Octa by Quantum. And now the next 5 are all the same light level. So these are probably the ones you're going to be focusing on that are the brightest of the diffusion softboxes. The 17-inch AD-S7, a little tiny one. The next one up is the 38-inch original Parapop Glow. And then the Pop Open S-type softbox. And then moving down from that, one stop lower than that in light is the 2 foot by 3 foot ones, both by Glow and Godox. The 120 centimeter big giant silver umbrella softbox with diffusion. The 80 centimeter silver umbrella softbox with diffusion. The 2 by 2 foots and the Glow Hexapop 24. And then the lowest of all is the white translucent one. Oh, and then the snoot. The snoot's way at the bottom. Let's do a photo shoot real quick. Let me show you what an AD-200 photo shoot can look like. I'll take an umbrella, this 24-inch thing here, and this thing. All right, so we're about to hike up this hill here and take some pictures. And in this bag right here, in this tiny little bag, I have 3 light stands, 3 AD-200s, and 4 modifiers in this bag. That's the beauty of AD-200s, is they're so small and lightweight and portable. Look at this. You can't do this with 400s or 600s. So let's go up there, outdoors, and take pictures with AD-200s. All right, so I'm set up as a 3-light shoot here. I've got a silver umbrella with my first main AD-200. I have a fill light with a Hexapop 24, and I have a third AD-200 in the tree over there with a 4.5-inch reflector to give a rim light on her. So I got 3 AD-200s here, a little bit of sun outlining her hair. So here we are using AD-200s outside in bright sunlight. Let's do this. My main light is only at 1/8 power, the secondary light's only at 1/4 power, and the hair light is only at 1/16 power. I'm barely using the power of these lights, and they're running through reflectors and softboxes. So these AD-200s are strong enough to use in bright sunlight. I've got a 3-stop ND filter and a 2-stop polarizing filter. I can make the sky even darker here. Let's darken the sky some more. And this is f1.8. Look how dark I can make the sky at f1.8 in the middle of the day, bright sunlight. Wow. This is with AD200s. I'm shooting f1.8 at 1/250th of a second in bright sunlight. So that's the kind of stuff you can get with an AD200. I mean, you really can't tell the difference between that and a big professional strobe if you know what you're doing. So the AD200 is definitely powerful enough to do outdoor bright sunlight flashes where you can darken the sky and have a blurry background at f1.8 or 1.4. What's the most important thing for me is how fun are these things to use? I mean, photography is all about having fun, and fun factor is probably lightweight and compact is important to me. Because I travel a lot, so having something that's really compact and lightweight is really, really important to me. Price isn't really that important because I've had this thing for 10 years. So break it down over time. Price really doesn't matter because if all the photo sessions I've done over 10 years, if I spend $100, $200 on something, it's like, what is it? Like it's a nickel per photo shoot. So price doesn't matter. How small it gets, how lightweight it is, how portable it is, that's really important. But the fun factor, I want to enjoy what I do. I don't like big, heavy things. That's why I hate these stupid S brackets. They're just, Anyway, I like lightweight. So this one is really, really lightweight, believe it or not. I like little things like this. This is just so much fun. Look at this. That's a softbox. Or this thing here, because it pops. I love things that pop. And this thing here, I like this one here. This is a 24 by 36 glow. And the thing I like about glows, you notice that there's a pattern here. They're all glows. I like glow softboxes. These two are really good. So yeah, these are big softboxes that you can put on an AD200. People think you can't. I mean, yeah, there's the weight issue of like bearing down on the light. People think, well, so I don't want to get bigger than these. You get any bigger than this, and it's too much weight on this connector here. But I think this is definitely doable. This is not putting a lot of weight on this connector here. So this is 2 feet by 3 feet or 24 by 34, and it pops down to very little. And so I love these things. For little stuff like this where I go on a drive, anything I can drive to with a car, and I just want to be lightweight like a tourist, I take 200s. This is the way to go. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed my summary of, look, I bet you didn't know all the stuff you could attach to an AD200. Even big stuff on an AD200. So there you go. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you enjoyed it. Forget the S bracket. I mean, you can use it if you want, but I like things that attach right to the flash without having to put this big giant thing around there. I hate that. I like small. I like lightweight. I like portable. All right. I'll see you in the next video. I'm going to enjoy myself here in beautiful Sedona. Again, this is the Enchantment Resort. I highly suggest you check it out if you want to. Until the next video, have fun with life. Click, 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 click.